Hello there, Ben Bowers, the Spirit Specialist, and I am here today to talk to you about the Whistler Honey and Irish Whiskey Liqueur. So you might be thinking, honey whiskey, yeah, it's not too bad. But this is something that has absolutely blown me away. I genuinely wasn't expecting much out of this, and it's stunning. I got this in not too long before Christmas of last year, 2023. So we're looking at about sort of early November. I got a message from the distributor, the sales guy from the distributor who controls this in the UK. And he said, definitely give this a go. This has really surprised us. And it's stunning stuff. And it's so good that I'm actually teaming up with a local company to do a little bit of a collaboration as well. So that if you buy a bottle of this, you will also get a couple, in fact, 3 little free gifts to enjoy with this. But before I tell you what that is and why I'm doing that, let me give you some background information about the Whistler, which is produced by the Bowen Distillery, and the family behind that, and why this honey and Irish whiskey liqueur is actually something pretty special even before you've tasted it.
Situated 28 miles north of Dublin, the Bowen Distillery began distilling in December 2019, the first operational distillery in the region since 1968, under the watchful eye of head distiller Michael Walsh, who at the age of 29 was the youngest master distiller in the country. Named after the goddess of the River Boyne, the distillery was founded by the Cooney family, who had previously owned the Adams Cider Company, itself the second largest cider operation in Ireland. The whiskey range has been branded the Whistler, after Pat Cooney's habit of loudly whistling various tunes while working through the day. As part of owning their own orchards to grow cider apples, his wife Marie Cooney took up beekeeping to aid pollination of the trees, and a honey and whiskey liqueur eventually became a natural fit into the whiskey's portfolio. As a result, malt and grain whiskies matured in ex-bourbon casks at the distillery is infused with Marie's honey, and it's bottled at an ABV of 33%.
Okay, so there's plenty of honey whiskey liqueurs out there. In the shop myself, I've got Beeble, there's Brewer, which is a sort of honey and slow and Scotch whiskey liqueur. There's the likes of, Glavar and Drambuie and things like that, which kind of have honey elements to it. But a lot of the sort of honey-based spirits that I've come across previously, the honey is very natural and it's sweet. But honey can have, natural honey can have a slight sharp tang to it as well, which does work with whiskey and does work in liqueurs. The one I'm not so keen on is Stag's Breath, which is a fermented honey and whiskey liqueur, and that fermented honey element it's a little weird, it's a little off-putting for me. Whereas I really like Brewer, but they use sloe berries as well, so it kind of accentuates that slightly sharper note. So with this, I was like, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. I like honey, but I'm not a massive fan of it. Now, this is the rest of the sample bottle that I have, because, full disclosure, the rest of the bottle that I had, that I opened as a sample bottle, went home for my wife to drink, mainly because she absolutely loved the stuff. And, I was kind of about to try this and got a sample of it and was like, yeah, we'll give it a go. And, see what it's like compared to the others. And if it's quite nice, because I need to sort of up my Irish whiskey selection in the shop because it's a little bit thin at the moment. And then I nosed it and then I tried it and I was like, oh my God. So if you've not already gathered, I absolutely love this and I'm going to tell you why. So it's bottled at 33%, which for a liqueur is kind of on the stronger side. And straight away on the nose, it's honeycomb. It's not honey. It's not natural honey or Manuka honey or that kind of sharp honey. It's not that artificial honey note that tends to get way too sweet. This is honeycomb. This is absolutely honeycomb on the nose. And then right on the background is this little kind of element of kind of like whiskey. There is this, hint of alcohol, but it's not overpowering, it's not burning, it's not astringent, it's not metallic, it's not nothing like that. On the nose straight away. Now this is at room temperature. It does kind of soften the sweetness that's in there when it's chilled, but even so, it's still... Now, when I first went and tried this and nosed it, I was like, this is a crunchy bar. There is actually that There is a slight hint of chocolate to it as well, which I think is exacerbated with that whiskey element that's kind of giving you that, like, not bitter chocolate, but you know, there is a chocolatey note, but it's overriding honeycomb, and all my head was thinking was crunchy bars, crunchy bars. Caramel, sweetness, it's just brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. And then on the palate, totally continues. There's a lovely, thick, rich texture to this that really does kind of evoke that you bite into a bar of honeycomb and it melts in your mouth and kind of coats all the way around, and you've got this lovely kind of sweetness, this honey note coming through, but it's sugary honey. It's gonna be too sweet for some people, and I absolutely get that. But if you like honeycomb, you are gonna love this. I'm just gonna shut this door because it's really windy outside. And because the door's not shut properly, it's kind of just banging a little bit in the wind. This is pure honeycomb bar, but you do get that chocolatiness coming through. But what you also then get at the finish is this little burst of whiskey coming through. You can tell that there is whiskey involved in this. Tasty whiskey as well. Kind of soft, slightly sweet, so it's this ex-bourbon matured whiskey that they're using, but it's not, what it does is on the finish it lifts it. It doesn't make it sickly sweet all the way through. You get this little bite, this little kind of like nutty, dark chocolate, vanilla, slight, almost like custardy note coming through on the finish, but it's not a sweet custard. It's got that little bite that just says, you know, oh, there's alcohol in this. 33%, this is bloody dangerous because this is so easy to drink. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've had a little play around with it in terms of adding a chocolate liqueur to it in order to exacerbate that kind of chocolate covered honeycomb. Mozart chocolate liqueur works really well. Mozart dark is a little bit overpowering. You kind of need to be a bit careful with the proportions that you're using because you don't want to dominate that chocolatey too much. What I found is with the Mozart Gold, which is a cream base as opposed to the dark, it does layer quite nicely, but it's a bit difficult to get like a mixed cocktail. In terms, I still haven't really figured out if you wanted this as a long drink, what mixer you'd put with it, because, you know, lemonade and things like that make it just too sweet. It doesn't go with Coke, it doesn't, ginger ale, I mean, you know, tonic and soda might kind of lighten it, but it's that sweet and sour that doesn't really work. But honestly, just on its own. Now, I got some of this in just before Christmas. I tried to get some more in when I realized just how good it was. They ran out. I got some. I got literally 2 cases 6 days before Christmas. I had already sold out of them by 3 days before Christmas. It just flew out. It's absolutely brilliant if you like honeycomb. Now, if you like honeycomb and you like honeycomb bars, you'll be thinking crunchy. Thank Crunchy it's Friday. That's the sort of the bar. If you're in England, obviously in the UK, you'll know that's our chocolate honeycomb bar. But it turns out, kind of by accident, it turns out that one of the dads in my youngest son Flynn has been playing for a local football team for about 4 or 5 months now. So he's 7, he's playing in the under-8s, he's having an absolute whale of a time. Lovely set of parents, lovely set of kids, and it's really, really good fun. And I've been taking up training, I got chatting to some of the parents as you do, and at match days and things like that. And purely by accident, when we were kind of putting a present together for the coaches as a Christmas present, turns out that one of the dads of one of the kids that Flynn plays with owns his own company. So they live just up the road in a village called Bobbiff, which is about probably from the shop about 5 miles away, maybe a little bit more than that, but really, really local. And they run a company called YUMMYCOMB, and they make chocolate-covered honeycomb. So I said to him, mate, you need to try this. And have you got any samples of your honeycomb? He turns up with a massive box with loads of stuff. So they do bars, they do slabs, they do big bags, they do little bags, pocket packs they call them, of the variety of chocolate-covered honeycomb that they do. So there's milk chocolate, salted caramel milk chocolate, there's a dark chocolate, there's a dark chocolate orange, and at the moment that's about it. There's no white chocolate or anything like that. It doesn't really go with honeycomb. So I tried some of these. Oh my God, they are absolutely phenomenal, and they tie in brilliantly with this. Local company, amazing product, doing things properly. Forget your crunchies, head over to YUMMYCOMB, go onto the website, buy them all up. I don't know, genuinely don't know what my favorite is between the salted caramel and the dark orange. They are both absolutely stunning, so Moorish. The salted caramel, sea salt chocolate, like sea salt caramel chocolate version. The sea salt's on the chocolate on the outside. It's there as soon as you kind of put it into your mouth. You can taste it on the chocolate. You get that kind of like tingle on your tongue of this sea salt. But then as you bite into the honeycomb, you get that sweetness coming through. It's absolutely amazing. So what I am also offering at the time of recording, so we are now in January 2024. It's so good. It's so good. It's silky. It's rich. The texture's thick. Honeycomb, sweetness, caramel, slight saltiness comes through as you move into that whiskey kick. So if you buy a bottle of the Whistler, and it comes in this very impressive box as well. So the Beekeeper Select, they've called it, obviously in honor of Marie, the matriarch of the family. I've done a bit of a deal with Stephen, who's one half of the husband and wife team, whose lad Teddy plays with Flynn in the North Duffield Dragons football team. If you buy a bottle of this, you will also get a pocket pack of the honeycomb smothered in 70% dark orange Belgian chocolate, and you will also get a pocket pack of the honeycomb smothered in Belgian milk chocolate, and you will also get a pocket pack of the honeycomb smothered in sea salted caramel Belgian chocolate. So every bottle you buy of this, you're going to get 3 pocket packs of 3 from the range that YUMMYCOMB do. And they are absolutely amazing. Like I say, those two, the dark orange and the sea salted caramel chocolate, I don't know which is my favorite, but they're both absolutely amazing. So that is a special offer while stocks last. I don't know how long I'm going to carry it on for, but every bottle you buy of this, you'll get 3 pocket packs for you to try. The one thing I haven't done yet is get a glass of the Whistler honey and whiskey liqueur and basically drop a lump of those in, because they're about yay big. They're kind of nice to, particularly in the pocket packs. If you get the big packs, the lumps are a bit bigger, but they're still a decent mouthful. They obviously do the bars, they do the slabs. They are absolutely brilliant. I implore you to go to their website and buy stuff from them. You will never look at a crunchy again. These are absolutely amazing stuff. So, the Whistler, Beekeeper Select, Irish Honey, Whiskey Liqueur. If you like honeycomb, if you like crunchy bars, if you want something much better than a crunchy bar, then buy a bottle of this. You'll get these 3 mini packs as a little taster of what YUMMYCOMB are able to do. Literally everybody that's tried this, even when I was out of stock, everybody that's tried this, when I've said, do you like honeycomb, by the way? Oh, yeah, love honeycomb. Just try this. They bought a bottle. It's just brilliant. Get it to a party, bring it around to a friend's house, after dinner treat. It's just amazing stuff. I cannot stress how much I love this. And it would have been my liqueur of the year if it had come in before I started doing the liqueurs of the year. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. I cannot get enough of it. And hence me doing the deal, because I'm also managing to support a small local business. And I'm a small local business, if you live in the area, and we all need to work together to help each other out. So this is available from the website, www.spiritspecialist.com, when I can get my own website right. Buy a bottle of that, you'll get those 3 pocket packs as a freebie with it. But also go to yummycomb.com and look at what they've got available, and buy from them. Though that is me done, and I shall see you at the next video. Cheers.